welcome back. Welcome to a very different shoot of Keep It Real with me, your friend Peter D. Today I want to talk to you about something that faces every single one of us. If you're human, if you have a pulse, then you have and are facing at some other stage in your life exactly what I'm going to talk about right now. And that is facing challenges and problems. So they say that a problem is not a problem unless it's managed correctly, or a problem is just a challenge that you haven't managed. I want to give you some quick insight just into what I've been doing right here. In October 2016, I started this page. Just felt in my heart that I learned so much stuff over the years. And I've been through stuff, and you all know what stuff is. And I thought, well, I really want to share this with a lot of people. I want to encourage someone, let someone get over the stuff that I've had to get over. And now, besides what I faced early in my life, for some of you who remember my testimony, we're very, very successful now in business, in ministry, and in the radio industry. But it wasn't always like that. In my early years, I had 3 wonderful bankruptcies where I went bankrupt, man. 6 love, game, set, and match. But that old adage, it's not how many times you fall down that counts, but how many times you get up is just so important. End of October 2016, Keep It Real was birthed. And in that same year, and I think it was January that year, February, I had a major cycle accident where I fell down 30 meters and cracked my skull, broke my nose, almost bit my tongue off. Yeah, the devil tried to stop me speaking, and fell kind of down at a 50-degree angle, 30 meters, and broke my back in 2 places. T6 and T8 vertebrae in my back were crushed. And I went through an horrendous time of pain and trials, wondering if I would ever cycle again. It took until about November that same year before I could do just what I'm doing now, to get back onto a bike trainer or to get back onto my mountain bike. But since then, a number of things have happened. We've continued, by God's grace, to grow our business, to strengthen our corporate position. Our radio station, WRFM, has gone beyond what we imagined. Thousands upon thousands of listeners in the northern part of the Western Cape, the West Coast, into the Tankwa Karoo. And our mission work and ministry school that we have in Delft has just gone from strength to strength, housing 100 to 120 kids every day in our preschool. This current year, having put 52 kids into grade 1, and next year looking at almost 70 children that's going to be financed into grade 1. But as you see me sitting here on this bike, I want to tell you that I've just faced another challenge. As part of that same accident, I had damaged my shoulder, and so I've just come out of surgery just to fix some stuff in my shoulder 2 weeks ago today, exactly 2 weeks, where they just trimmed off some of my collarbone. And yeah, that sounds ouch, you're right, but praise God, by His grace, very little pain. You know, and here's the crazy thing about this operation. The doctors were convinced beforehand that my rotator cuff on my shoulder was torn and I had major damage to my tendons. And he's a wonderful specialist and very, very good at what he does, and sent me for a high definition CAT scan. The scan came back and confirmed what he had seen in the x-ray. And he said, yeah, Pete, your rotator cuff is damaged, but he says, I think we can put a stitch or 2 in it. And just after that, I was at a conference, and was called out for prayer. And I really trusted God that this whole shoulder problem would be healed. And the pastor who prayed didn't even come close to us. He just prayed over us, kind of as I'm doing here. And I felt the power of God hit my body. And the pain I was feeling immediately disappeared. And I thought, fabulous. That's it. This thing is completely healed. But in the few days after that, although I had become pain-free, I didn't have the mechanical movement in the arm. And so when I spoke to my specialist afterwards, who is also a wonderful believer, he said, Pete, I'm going to put a camera in there when I go in. He says, let's do a keyhole. He said, and I'll be able to assess exactly where we are before the op. So because I didn't have the mechanical movement in the arm, I agreed to continue. And he was telling me afterwards what a tremendous surprise. Him and his assistant went in with a camera, and when they looked at that rotator cuff, he said, Peter, God's done a miracle in your arm. He said, not one crack, not one split. That miracle you believe for had taken place. It just wasn't exactly the way that I expected. So what I couldn't see was already done. And really didn't realize that I would be here on my bike so soon. Now, let that encourage you, because that's kind of an illustration of life. Some of you listening to me right now, you've just gone through some stuff. Maybe something just happened. You know, you've had your dream, you had your goal. Perhaps you're a believer and you've been trusting God to come through for you, and you've had that dream and you thought it was going to happen, but then something came and sideswiped you. You had an unforeseen circumstance. You had maybe a resource that didn't come through for you, maybe a financial challenge, and right now it looks as if that dream isn't going to go anywhere, or that you can't see your way out. Well, I'm here to encourage you that not being able to see your way out is not the answer to your problem. That's not going to make the problem go away. It's not what you can see. It's what God can see. It's what you can believe for. You see, if you can believe that your answer's out there somewhere, if you have the faith, like Abraham, taking his son Isaac up the mountain, thinking, I really don't know where this is going to end, and feeling, I'm sure, at one point, really useless, as he had to take his only son and put him on an altar. But he was faithful. And as he lifted that dagger to sacrifice his son, the angel stopped him. What Abraham didn't know, that while he was taking his son up this side of the mountain, God was putting the supply of a ram up the other side of the mountain to be Abraham's answer. And it's not about what you can see. It's not about what is physically out there happening. It's about what you know in your heart God has told you. It's about what you know in your heart God is leading you to. You need to have faith like that. Remember that Jesus is the rock on which you put your faith on. The Bible says, so when the storms come and try to knock you down, you are firmly planted, foundations on the rock of Christ. And so I'm here to tell you today to just keep on believing. Keep on striving. Hold that goal. Hold that picture that God told you right in front of you. Because I'll give you a prophetic word today. It's not over yet. Remember, it ain't over till it's over. God has an answer for you. Whether you're able to keep your faith or not is whether it's going to happen. I always say, having faith for something and believing in something is like holding a helium-filled balloon. You know those party balloons that kids have? They're always filled with gas and want to float up. And the kids love it because they can hold these balloons and it's a lot of fun. But how many times have we seen or heard first a kid crying and shouting, "Mummy, mummy," because he's let go of the balloon, and there the balloon is floating off into the sky and never to be seen again. Now your faith is the string on that balloon. The balloon is your dream, and as long as you hold on to it, you've still got it, and it can still happen, and it's highly possible. But if you let it go, if you stop believing, you've let go of that balloon. You know, Mary and Martha had sent word to Jesus saying, "Lord, you need to come quickly. Our brother's dying. Your friend Lazarus is very, very ill." The disciples thought he was going to go straight away, but he didn't. And he waited. But finally, he arrived and he asked Martha, "Do you believe that your brother can be resurrected?" And she said, "Yes, Lord, I believe that one day." And Jesus said, "No, Martha, I am the resurrection." And so, you know, God is the only person who can look like he's 4 days late and yet be perfectly in time. You might think that your dream is completely dead and that it's smashed on the rocks and you're never going to see it again. But I'm here to tell you, hold on to that string. Let your faith be that string. Sometimes, you know, you want your faith to be a nice thick piece of rope. And sometimes you just don't have what it takes to have a strong, thick piece of rope. But you know, here's the thing. Jesus said, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, just a teeny weeny bit of faith, you just need a string of faith to hold on to that dream. And I'm here to tell you, God will make it happen. Here I am, still with a bit of a stiff arm, but hey, I'm back on my bike. Didn't think I'd do this for 6 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. All those things that happened since 2016, since I started Keep It Real. Maybe someday I'll give you guys a video summary of the various organizations and where they've gone. And that's the whole reason that I'm doing this Keep It Real, because I want to help you and encourage you. You have a whole lot more inside of you than you think. God has put gold. He's put a dream. He's put a whole mind inside of you. Don't let circumstances knock you down. Don't think you're not good enough, because you are. Put your hand in His hand. Trust Him with your entire life. And that's where it begins. And telling Him, "Lord, I want you to be Lord of my life," because then you can connect yourself to the plans that God has for you. Well, for me today, here in this beautiful surroundings of Stellenbosch in Cape Town, let me just encourage you. Let faith keep your dreams real. So from me, Peter D, remember, hold on tight.